Hey guys, it's Chloe. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. So, the 2024 Toyota Tacoma, the new fourth generation of a very iconic mid-size pickup truck. It's finally here, and that is so exciting, especially for someone like me who is a pure taco enthusiast. And by the time you're watching this video, you've probably seen lots of other videos on the 2024 Tacomas. Maybe you've seen them driving down the street, parked, or maybe you yourself own one because they're actually starting to finally trickle out into the wild, which is very, very cool to see. But what you probably haven't seen a lot of just quite yet is the hybrid variant of this truck. So the 2024 Tacoma is now electrified with the iForce Max. Certain models like the TRD Pro I have behind me right now have a 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder hybrid engine. It puts out 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque, which, by the way, compared to the previous gen V6, that is a 75% increase in torque, which is insane. Those are great numbers on paper, but what I want to achieve in this video is just let you guys know from the everyday driver, can you actually feel that increase in power and torque, especially here off-road, where we're gonna get pretty crazy and wild. All right, we're gonna send it.
All right, let's go.
There's also a Trailhunter I'll be driving on a more technical course.
More.
Oh, okay. It's fine, we got a high clearance rear bumper.
Yeah, and you got skid plates. So
skid plate.
Yeah.
Let's get in and have some fun. Now, the 2024 Tacoma is also offered in a gas-powered iForce engine, which I've reviewed, driven, off-roaded, and shared pricing and fuel economy information in my previous videos. And today, I'll be talking about all of those same things, just with the iForce Max Hybrid Tacoma. Out of the 8 trims this truck comes in, iForce Max is standard on 2 of them, the TRD Pro and Trailhunter, both of which you'll see a lot of in this video. However, you can also option out your TRD Off-Road, TRD Sport, and Limited 2024 Tacomas to have it as well. Now, before I even stepped foot on the course, I was lucky enough to chat with the lead engineer of the Tacoma, Sheldon Brown, and specifically ask him how this hybrid system is designed and works. So when a lot of people think of hybrid vehicles, I think there's a lot of different things that come to mind.
Sure.
But with iForce Max, you really have to understand that it's designed for Toyota trucks and SUVs, because you still see a lot of your conventional truck components,
Sure.
like drive shaft, solid rear axle.
Absolutely.
But what is iForce Max? How is it designed?
Yeah, so especially in the world of hybrid, we think of the iForce Max, what we're calling our one motor hybrid system, is more of a performance hybrid based,
Right.
versus maybe our Toyota hybrid system, our traditional TSH is more of a efficiency based hybrid system. So in this particular case, we're using a smaller format battery, and the idea is we're discharging a lot of energy quickly, and we're sending that to a motor generator that is sandwiched between the L4 flywheel and the basically the 8-speed transmission. And what that's doing is assisting in those areas right as we're waiting for that turbo to spool up. We're providing instantaneous torque, and then as we come down on the back end of the torque curve, we're also being able to supplement when we see the turbo's efficiency sort of fall off. So really, it's really about giving additional power and performance with additional, I'll say actually better efficiency and of course better fuel economy and emissions.
Right. So it's getting all the extra performance that, say, like truck owners need.
That's right.
Towing, off-road conditions, without sacrificing performance. Very
Exactly,
cool.
100%. And that's, it's funny when we were doing the development of the truck, everyone said, oh, please put a V8 in it. Well, unfortunately, the large displacement vehicle, or I'll say power plants, aren't really in a position anymore from our emission standard to really give that sort of the same experience. But the great news is we can provide that same level of torque and horsepower using the L4, supplemented with, of course, a turbo and the one motor generator.
The Tacoma going from a naturally aspirated V6 like the one I daily drive to a 4-cylinder turbo hybrid is honestly a predictable move for Toyota. Better fuel economy, in fact, iForce Max Tacomas get a combined 23 miles to the gallon, and better power and torque like I've been mentioning. But like I said before, numbers don't tell the whole story. So let's get into finally driving an iForce Max, starting out with this TRD Pro in the color Underground. So right now I'm in a Tacoma TRD Pro, my favorite grade of the Tacoma. And I don't know if you guys recognize this guy, but the first time I drove one of the new 2024 Tacomas off-road, you were driving with me. So Matt, welcome back to the channel.
It's good to be back.
Super stoked to be here and super stoked to be driving with you.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So yeah, we've got 3 courses out here today. This is gonna be the one specifically that we're gonna be running with the TRD Pro. So we got a couple of higher speed sections. It's actually part of a motocross course that's been incorporated into a couple of fire roads.
Okay.
So
should be fun.
Yeah.
I remember in the last video I did with you, I talked about wanting to send one of these things. I just want to take one of these things out in the desert and like cycle the quick switch 3 shocks and go over some whoops and
yeah, just go send it.
Now we're actually going to do it.
So straight out of the gate, that's what we're going to be doing. We've got a nice little jump to start it off with, and we'll be good.
Yeah, let's have fun.
All right, let's do it. You excited?
I'm very excited. TRD Pro is supposed to be go fast and have fun, and that's what we're going to have to do today.
Yeah, so we have actually gone ahead and adjusted the settings on the shocks for these. So we're running in position 2 right now, so it noticeably softened the ride up. So it's pretty cool to actually be able to see the difference between the two.
For sure. Is there a reason we're not on the position 3, which is the stiffest setting of the Fox Quick Switch 3s?
We're not running super high speed. We're not, again, it's not super aggressive. What's that?
I said, what?
What?
Just kidding.
Yeah, again, it's one of those things like, if you have one of these things, it's kind of nice to actually run it through different settings. Mm-hmm. And especially if you're running the same little circuit, you can actually play around with it a little bit and see what the difference actually is. It's noticeable.
Yeah, and we've got suspension, obviously working on the outside of the truck, but now on the inside as well with these isodynamic seats. So I'm excited to see how these are gonna feel.
So let's go ahead, let's roll to a stop for just a second.
Okay.
So we can tell we're already in 4-wheel drive high, and we're going to leave it in 4 high this whole time. This course we could run it in 2-wheel drive if we wanted to, but for the sake of this hill and actually getting some acceleration up it, we'll keep it in 4. But let's go ahead and switch from drive mode to MTS. So to jump over, we've got a couple of different options there.
Yep,
and
dirt,
again,
sand, mud.
A lot of this stuff is adjusting how the transmission shifts, how the throttle works, how you hit the feel for it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, for this, let's go ahead and we'll just go ahead and let's go into dirt.
Dirt, okay.
And actually, you know what? Let's do sand. Let's try that out.
Okay, so we've got the MTM working for us up here.
But
yeah.
You ready? So
yeah.
Hands on the wheel. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, go ahead and
All right, we're gonna send it.
All right, let's go. There you go. Run it up to about 40 and then hold it right there. So
okay.
Right here.
Here?
Yep.
Okay.
Like this. Hold that throttle nice and steady. Don't come off. There you go.
Woo!
Yeah, nice. And go ahead and stay in the throttle.
That felt so smooth. Like it doesn't feel as extreme as it looks.
No, it's if you do it right, then it's pretty mellow.
Yeah.
And you can give it a little bit more gas, so you can run this real quick.
Looking back on this footage, I think the most interesting view is actually from the back seats and watching these isodynamic performance seats do their thing. When you're right about to like hit a dip or hit a bump, you expect to feel just like a giant hit.
Right.
And you really don't feel anything. What exactly are these seats for people that don't know?
Sure.
And what are they designed for exactly?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, we're taking the basic, I'll say a very similar seat design as the other models. However, we've got the more aggressive bolstering in the front, which helps to sort of hold and stabilize the occupant. But the real magic is happening back here. And really what you can see here is we have this superstructure that goes behind the traditional seat structure. We have a ball pivot joint on a spring here, another one up in the front. And then really where you're feeling that sort of additional benefit here is in this air over oil damping system. And the idea behind this is we have damping in the lateral and in the vertical direction.
There's no doubt in my mind that these seats were totally helping out our ride, but there's a lot of other things contributing to that in the Tacoma as well. You know, we're going over like a lot of these rutted areas, and it feels really good. It feels like we're not hitting them as hard as you'd expect. Do you think that's an artifact of the Fox shocks? Do you think that's the ISO seats, or do you think it's kind of just a combination of everything?
I'd say it's a combination of everything. Really, when it comes down to it, suspension is always going to be kind of your way to go faster off road. The more suspension you have, the faster you can go, the smoother you can go. If you're getting bounced all over the place and your wheels aren't on the ground, then you can't go faster. You can't control the vehicle.
That's true.
So the additional suspension travel and the additional compliance that it has just give you more range. So you can you can do the easy things more easily. You can do the aggressive things a lot faster and a lot smoother.
Right. And the thing that you told me last time when I said that I felt like the ride quality had improved a lot was the increased frame rigidity. I didn't realize how much of a difference that makes.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, what is the frame is that platform that everything works off of. It's moving and flexing a lot. It's, there's always going to be some flex there, but like ideally you want the suspension to do that work.
Right.
Have the components of the vehicle, the drive line of the vehicle, everything locked into place on that frame, and then let the suspension do all that movement for the wheels and let that, because again, that's what its job is.
Yeah, absolutely.
The stiffer frame is also going to be good for people that tend to load their vehicles up heavy, doing a lot of off-roading stuff and putting, again,
carrying all that gear. Yeah, I have like 200 pounds of gear just between like jacks, traction boards, water.
Yeah,
stuff adds up.
It starts to add up.
Now, if you thought the truck performed well on the jump, I think it really shined when I started driving faster.
Zigzag through here. There you go. Just kind of look through that next corner. Give us a guess. There you go.
Woo! And then MTM helping me look over.
That'll be your second set of eyes.
Yeah, or third, because I hope you're my second set of eyes. Well, it feels good.
Yeah.
It's like really just, it feels very solid. Maybe not like super like light and nimble necessarily, but just a solid truck. It's very quiet in this truck.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's so quiet.
And then hard right, there you go. And then we're gonna run it up through here. Let's do 24 through here, 24, 25.
24, 25, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and get on it. There you go. Perfect, right there. Hold that.
Oh, that was nice.
Nice.
That was really nice. I used your trick of trying to keep my foot like all the way to the right.
Yeah, it does help a lot. So you put your foot, like get your heel and then wedge the entire side of your foot on the transmission tunnel. So now if you get bumped, it's less likely. So if your foot's just barely here, just like one little point of contact, as soon as you get a bump, it's more likely to stab the throttle and either come off or on, which causes more bouncing. When you can start kind of using the brake a little bit to kind of control the way the suspension cycles, it'll actually help smooth stuff like that out a lot, and then you can go even faster. I mean, so much of off-road driving like this really is practice, but being in this Tacoma made it feel easy. All right, and I do not know what's on the other end of this. So this is, take this real slow. We're nose to the ground. Holy crap. Nothing to it.
It looks really scary though.
All you see is ground.
Yeah. The hills are scary because either all you see is hood and sky, or all you see is ground. But that's
Yeah,
that's
that is
why
one
we
of those areas just a little bit to the left. There you go.
Oh, I see where the other
Yep.
treads are. Whoop.
Sweet.
What? We're at, oh my god, we were at like 30. We're like beyond.
We were 30 plus on that first one.
Holy crap. She could fly, rivet around corners, and descend steep hills. Of course I left with a big smile on my face.
It's kind of fun, huh?
Yeah.
Have to get you on the TRD.
I know, I'm excited to drive that thing. Well, this was really fun. TRD Pro is one of my favorite grades of the Tacoma, so, and sending it and going fast is exactly what I want to do, so.
Yeah, you did great.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good to get you out again, and
yeah.
You'll have to go check out the TRD now, and
I know.
Land Cruiser and everything else. So.
Yeah, be a lot of fun. Thanks for driving.
Yeah.
What an epic ride. That was pretty insane. But if the kind of adventure you're seeking is more about going far instead of fast, listen up because the Trailhunter Tacoma I'm about to drive might be more your style. I'm hyped to go on some trails. And I'm even more hyped to have a very special guest as my driving partner here, the one and only Pushing Pistons.
Dang, Trailhunter with a Trailhunter hat too?
Oh, wait, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, I got this at
No
SEMA
way.
when they were doing the whole like Trailhunter concept.
Okay, so the Trailhunter. It's got some distinct features from the TRD Pro I just drove, like rock sliders, an air compressor, and a high air intake. But what it does share with the Pro is its standard hybrid iForce Max, which we'll now test out on this more slow and technical course. Off-road, power and torque's pretty important, especially for some of this low-speed stuff, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear the air intake!
That is so cool.
Way.
I was gonna say, can you hear a sound?
Loud. I promise you'll hear more of that as we traverse this course, and the sound only gets more insane. That alone almost makes me want a Trailhunter over my favorite grade, the TRD Pro. But I digress. Oh my god, there's a literal rock garden. Oh, I'm kind of nervous now. This is like
Nah, you'll be
a
chilling.
little. Well, also this truck is like bigger, so it's like 3 inches wider on each side, right? So clearance is a little bit of invisibility is where I get nervous a lot of times when I off-road, which is why the cameras are so good.
Yeah.
And I'm infatuated with like all the tech. It's fine, we got a high clearance rear bumper.
Yeah, and you got skid plates. So
skid plate.
Yeah.
We've got multiple skid plates on the Trailhunter, I think.
Front, and then under the fuel tank, and under the diff.
Yep.
3. Steel.
So on this course, we were driving without an instructor in the car with us, but you'll see there were these spotters along the way for extra assistance.
So are you familiar with these at all?
A little bit, yeah. Should we get into
Low range?
Yeah,
So go to
low.
neutral first. And then click that over.
Should we go into rock?
Yeah, or crawl control. Have you used that?
Oh yeah, can we do crawl control?
Yeah, absolutely. It's
lovely.
It's nice and quiet now.
Oh man, it's so quiet.
Yeah. And smooth
Crawl
too.
is like, yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not even trying. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, it's doing everything, huh?
Yeah.
Just focus on your line out and you're chilling.
Give it a little bit of power.
Yeah.
Okay, help it out a little bit. That's
There we
cool.
go.
So it's like kind of adaptive in the sense that you can give it a little bit. Nice. Okay. Okay, that
Nice.
was not too shabby.
That was chill. That was very easy.
All right, and now we can see that we're gonna
That
hit
snorkel
John.
sound is
That snorkel sounds pretty cool. Awesome. Nice
job.
Thank you. The truck did all the work.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you have 4 low, sway bar disconnect. Looks like you're using crawl as well. Speed 2 is perfect for this. We are gonna lock our rear diff now.
Okay, so I'm gonna
preventatively.
hit.
Yep. Crawl control is really quiet now, so
Yeah.
you're not gonna get that dut. You'll still feel it working, but you're not gonna hear it quite as much.
Sure.
Go a little bit to your passenger side. There you go.
MTM's so good.
So here you get a full cross axle. So your left
wow.
front will be fully compressed, and your driver's rear will be fully
Wow.
drooped, just like a slinky. Excellent.
Oh, yeah, you can see a little alert there.
Yeah.
The right tire. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Just a bit my way. There you go. Straighten up that steering. More or less, that's your line.
Okay.
Stay with it. Just let it do its thing. Keep it
Oh,
steering
look
nice
at it. You
and
can see
straight.
a little
Yeah.
wheel slip.
The wheel slipping.
That's pretty cool. That's a nice little
Ooh.
indicator.
Oh, that's nice and soft too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real buttery. All right, and as you make this right-hand turn, while you're crawling, you can actually unlock the diff at speed, about 1 or 2 miles an hour.
Okay.
And then you'll get a 30-degree tilt on the right-hand turn just past this. And
Okay.
a little bit of the wheel lift in your driver front.
Fun. Thank you.
fun,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you. That wheel indicator was really cool.
That was cool. It
I've
showed
never
which
seen that
wheels
before.
were slipping.
Yeah. Or
You
like
want to
a
get out and do
slip
the
button.
next section? You should. You
Yeah?
should do the next section. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna just grab the drone.
Okay.
So
If you guys are enjoying the content right now, hit the subscribe button. Like if you guys want to see more stuff like this from Chloe.
I need you as my hype man on my channel.
Yeah, I got you.
You stoked?
Yeah, I'm hyped. Let's get it. Oh yeah, you sit a lot closer than me.
Yeah, you probably gotta move that seat back a little
Yeah. I like sitting close, but not this close. All controls deactivated, so we're just doing this.
Yeah, it's just doing its thing. I'm just sitting sideways over
Oh my
here.
god. Yeah.
Oh, look at that, it's 30 degrees.
Yeah, that was too casual.
That was very casual. Ooh. Casual is a great, oh,
Dude, that sound is.
there
it sounds,
goes
yeah,
the intake.
It sounds good.
Sounds like Darth Vader.
Right? Yeah, this is... Honestly, that's like the main reason to get the
The trail, yeah. Dang, you are really putting it to the test.
I'm just doing it for the sound, honestly, at this point.
Sounds great. Never thought I'd hear that coming out of Tacoma.
Right?
Okay, we got a little water
Got
crossing.
Water. Straighten it out. All right, we're going to water. Yo.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I'm
Nice.
trusting you on this. Actually, no, we have good clearance here.
Yeah, you got good clearance on this side.
I'm using the cameras.
MTM's so good for like stuff like this. It's just like,
Yeah, I didn't realize how
I
good it
couldn't-
was. So I was looking at the water and the
Yeah.
rocks. You just got to get used to like the wide angle of perspective, and then you can easily like line stuff up.
yep. Nice work.
Thank you, thank you.
Good
Appreciate it.
driving.
Dude, the torque is just there's so much of it
Yeah,
that like I'm barely tipping in and it's getting me up the hill or like over the obstacles.
yeah. That's the one difference in iForce Max, I think, is you do notice that
Yeah.
increase in power and torque off-road. Needless to say, we were both impressed with the Trailhunter and how capable it was. I think just after driving both of these Tacomas today, I can vouch for iForce Max. Driving a mid-sized truck with that much power is almost a natural for me, but in a good way. And it's not just the TRD Pro or Trailhunter. I did a quick test drive in a TRD off-road on the street that was configured with an iForce Max, and the power difference between that and just the iForce gas models I've driven before is indeed noticeable. But if you're interested in a 2024 Tacoma, which should you choose? Something else I want to cover in this video is iForce versus iForce Max. This is something I was very curious about when the 2024 Tacomas came out, and now that I've driven both, here's what I think. So with the iForce Max models, like this Trailhunter I have next to me that I drove in this video, you definitely feel the increase in torque. And the numbers don't lie on paper. 317 pound-feet of torque in the iForce versus 465 pound-feet of torque in the iForce Max. That is quite the difference. So despite these iForce Maxes maybe being a little bit heavier, the power increase is there. But something else to also think about is that with iForce Max models, you get the 2400 watt inverter. And that can be really valuable if you're doing things like powering fridges, air compressors. If that is something you do a lot of with your Tacoma, maybe that's something of value for you. Kind of on the flip side with the iForce Max models though, is the under-seat storage in the rear. That is where the hybrid battery sits, so if you're someone that stores a lot of stuff in the cab of your Tacoma, This is also something to think about, especially if you option a Tacoma with the JBL package, because the sub additionally takes up more space on the interior. So lots of things to think about, and I really honestly just think this is going to depend from person to person. But yeah, overall, what I wanted to really try to find out after this drive event was if iForce Max really did feel like a power difference, and I definitely felt that. There's a price spread between the two models, so another thing to think about. Here's the spec sheets for the exact two trucks I drove in this video, but if you're thinking iForce versus iForce Max in some of the other Tacoma grades, it looks like the price difference is about $3,000. But you know, I will say at the end of the day, no matter which 2024 Tacoma you go with, iForce versus iForce Max, I still think you're getting just a really solid, well-built truck. It's very, very different from the previous generation if you've ever driven both. I don't think you can go wrong. I think the two models are just for two different people. And if you're having trouble choosing a trim too, Sheldon brought up some really good points.
We really wanted to make sure that all the cool things that you see on the Halo truck, they can be realized even across the entire grade.
Right. No, I think that's great because it allows people to kind of start at whatever platform they think they might need or whatever their price they're comfortable at starting at, and build up the truck as they need. And that's a lot of the fun of it too.
Sure, and that's what we recognize. People love their Tacomas and they want to personalize them, they want to customize them, and they want to kind of do their thing. So in some cases, we try to make that solution easier for you. We offer you certain products that you're welcome to choose. If you don't, no problem. We give you the same accommodations. Little things that we were able to do, on the windshield molding, we're not around the windshield, but on the windshield molding that goes up the side, we left a little space. People like to put ditch lights in, or they like to run power up to their roof rack, right?
To run a wire.
Place to run the wire. You can pop the garnish on there. It looks tight and clean. Just little small details like that we tried to think about and make sure that we accommodated.
Everything really well thought out. Wow.
Well, thanks, appreciate it.
But yeah, I certainly enjoyed driving iForce Max today, and especially jumping that TRD Pro. How fun was that? And finally sending one of these 2024 Tacomas. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching, and thank you so much. If you want to connect more with me, you can follow me on my Instagram. It is at ChloeKuo Taco. I post more on there in real time. All the fun Tacoma stuff happens first on there. Let me know if you're team iForce or iForce Max. Appreciate you watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.